Looking good, Milt. Looking. Hey, hi. Hey, do you happen to use a mirror? I'm sure you've used a mirror. I have this mirror here. This is actually was my mother's mirror, and it's a very old but a very meaningful mirror for us that we keep. But this is not the mirror that I usually look at in the morning, right? I usually look at the mirror that's in my bathroom or in my bedroom, just like I'm sure you do. I'm sure you look in the mirror each morning, right? And what do you see when you look in the mirror? Well, you see yourself. Or is it your twin? How do you know? Anyhow, yeah. Well, hey, speaking of twins, I have here a salt and a pepper shaker. They are sort of like twins. They look very similar, don't they? Yeah, and yet they're different because one says salt and one says pepper, but they are very much like twins. Now, do you know of any twins? Twins are brothers or sisters who were born at the same time. Sometimes they look like each other and sometimes they don't. You know, some people say that we all have a twin or someone who may look just like us. Right. Pretty good looking people, right? Yeah, I thought you thought so. Anyhow, hey, there's this rhyme about two men. Now, we don't know if they were twin brothers or not. However, they were very much alike. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And here's the rhyme. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew down a monstrous crow as black as a tar barrel, which frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel. Now, these characters, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, are best known from Lewis Carroll's. He's the one who wrote Alice in Wonderland. Well, he wrote another book called Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Found There in 1871. And Carroll, having introduced these two chubby little men named Tweedledum and Tweedledee, quotes the rhyme, which the two brothers then go on to act out in the story. They agree to have a battle, but they never have one. And when they see this big black crow swooping down, they run. And the Tweedle brothers never contradict each other, even when one of them, according to the rhyme, agrees to have a battle. Rather, they always seem to complement each other's words, which led John Tenniel to portray them as looking like twins when he illustrated the book. Well, today, the use of the names Tweedledum and Tweedledee is often used in sarcastic and sometimes derogatory contexts. For instance, Helen Keller said of government in the United States, of democracy, "Our democracy is but a name. We vote? Well, what does that mean? It means that we choose between two bodies of real, though not avowed, autocrats. We choose between Tweedledum and Tweedledee." Interesting quote. She was referencing that there really is no difference at times in the people that seem to oppose each other in our government. Maybe so. So, what can we learn from Tweedledum and Tweedledee? Well, you know, sometimes I like to be with people who are different than me, and sometimes I like to be with people who are just like me. Sometimes I may have conflicts with people who are different than me, and sometimes I may have conflicts with people who are just like me. Sometimes I learn things from people who are different than me, and sometimes I learn things from people who are just like me. The poet Maya Angelou wrote, "We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike." So, whether I am exactly like you, like if I would look in a mirror and see myself and think it might be you, it's a little confusing, isn't it? Or whether I am very different than you, I still want to treat you with respect, and I want to find the things that bring us together. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew down a monstrous crow as black as a tar barrel, which frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel. Tweedledum and Tweedledee forgot what they were arguing about when they needed to help each other. Very important to remember. So how should we treat each other? Well, you may have heard these verses before, but they are very good instructions for us. From Philippians 2, none of you should look out just for your own good. Each of you should also look out for the good of others. Jesus said in John 13, "I give you a new command. Love one another. You must love one another just as I have loved you." And Romans 14 says, "So let us do all we can to live in peace, and let us work hard to build one another up, whether we are alike or different. If someone is like you, be respectful. If someone is different than you, be respectful. Well, those are good words for us today, I believe. And so today I wish you a day that's filled with joy and a day that's filled with peace.